Big Mike, why were you going to the gym?
Because it's warm.
Do you have any place to stay tonight? Don't you dare lie to me.
So is the story behind the Academy Award-winning film The Blind Side actually a lie? The real-life inspiration, former NFL player Michael Oher, has filed a shocking lawsuit. He says his parents made millions while lying about adopting him. Oher is seeking to break free from a conservatorship they set up, which he claims he got tricked into signing when he turned 18. The family, understandably, is completely devastated. The father saying, quote, "It's upsetting to think we would make money off of any of our children, but we're going to love Michael at 37 just like we loved him at 16. And in a new twist, the family's lawyer telling TMZ that Oher demanded $15 million from them before filing the legal action. So I got to tell you, this movie, this whole thing is very kind of shocking to my family and me, because my kids grew up loving this movie. It's such an amazing, inspiring movie. And I get it, you know, obviously movies are, you know, fiction or loosely based on reality, but you run into lots of problems when it's so closely based on reality. But this all happened in your neck of the woods.
Yeah, I know all of the family and the players involved, including Michael, and I know the Tui family much better. It's devastating to hear this. I know that the foundation of their relationship is nothing but love. I mean, a lot of that movie, you're right, some things are inspired by facts, but a lot of that is really true. What's happened in the last few years, I don't know. As I listened to Mr. Tui say that over the last year or so, the relationship had changed. I just hope for the sake of Michael and for the entire Tui family that they're able to find some harmony here and resolution here that allows the love to come back.
So the villain, in case you've not seen the movie, the villain in the movie is the government lady who comes in and tries to sort of get between, kind of stir up suspicion among family members.
The NCAA.
And then the family overcomes it. Love overcomes it. But have you seen the movie?
Yes. You know, and I got a copy of the petition, and the petition that's been filed by Michael in the probate court. What's interesting is when you read a history of this young man, he took to the streets when he was 11 years old. He was living in cars, just as you heard. But they weren't the first people to take him in. Tony Henderson took him in. The principal at a Christian school took him in. He stayed at his grandfather's. He stayed at classmates. They didn't take him until the summer before his senior year. Okay, and he thought he was adopted. He was never adopted. It was a conservatorship. And that in itself may play into the idea that maybe he did need a guardian, that he didn't know after all this time. But there is no question that we need a forensic accountant to do an analysis of this, because if what he and his attorneys are saying is true, that there's $330 million not accounted for, it's not enough for the Tui family to say, oh, it's so upsetting that he would think that. They're going to have to really put up an answer, because this is outrageous. We're talking about trickery, forgery, and deceit. Wow.
So obviously, Dana, they made some money off the movie, but they also had a chain of fast food restaurants. They made a lot of money when they sold it, $200 million. And so the idea that this is, this was all a scam, I'm not sure what to believe.
Oh, I don't like for a family, when there's a family fight, I'd rather crawl under the table and never have to hear any of it. I don't want anyone to fight.
You mean walk under?
Yes, I never have hit my head on a table. This is true. We had him on America's Newsroom last week. He has a new book out. It's a book that I think that if you're somebody who is looking for some direction in life, it's got some great advice in there. There was no mention of this. He didn't try to get publicity on it then. And I wonder about how when we opened the segment, we said that he demanded this $15 million from the family. And I wonder, was that a quiet way for him to say, let's just try to settle this. Let's just try to, you and me, quietly behind the scenes and not have to go public with this? Because it was just literally a week ago today that we had him on the show. And I found him to be like a gentle giant.
Greg, you love sappy movies.
Oh, I mean, what other sports movies might not be true? Like Air Bud. Remember Air Bud?
No.
What about Field of Dreams?
Field of Dreams. Are you telling me that those players didn't come back from the bushes and played the game with Rudy?
It was a cornfield.
What about The Natural? What about, I mean, I get it, League of Their Own. Obviously, that didn't happen. Women playing baseball. Please. But Where am I? The blind side is our inability to just see how we're lied to all the time. It's just how we're lied. And the reason is because the stories that turn out to be untrue are also the stories that make great stories, right? It's always too perfect, too much on the nose. And so, like, you go, like, we always talk about this with One More Things. It's like somebody will be doing a One More Thing. I go, this never happened. Like, one-legged girl kicks field goal while raising money for cancer for orphans in Slovakia. And it's like, this is not happening. I don't know. Everything, like, it's like crime dramas. They always, like, make stereotypes out of non-stereotypes. That ends up being its own stereotype. Like, the villain is not going to be who you think it is. Oh, well, it's an architect.
Well, that was inspiring.
I could keep going if you like.
You know,
we have 15 minutes.
I think the shame of it is that the movie depicted him as an uneducated and slow, and he says it impacted his NFL career.
Right.
That a lot of people assumed from the movie, and that hurt him too.
I wish somebody made a movie about me.
Oh, that
We
could
do
be
every
arranged.
day.
Yes.
That could
Okay, we got to go.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.